But Jesus rebuked Mary at the wedding feast of Cana. So Protestants who think we shouldn't ask Mary to pray for us will sometimes point to the wedding feast of Cana. When Mary tells Jesus that the couple has run out of wine, Jesus says to her, "O woman, what have you to do with me? My hour has not yet come." And in English, especially calling your mom woman, that sounds harsh or even disrespectful. Confused by this response, and some Protestants think that what is going on here is that Jesus is rebuking Mary for asking for a miracle.
It is a little bit of a formal rebuke of Mary, you're trying to use your inside access to me. Ma'am, you come to me just like anyone else.
Or as John MacArthur claims, Jesus refers to his mother as woman here.
Because he is telling her, we don't any longer have the relationship we've had up to now. She is no longer in a position to act as an authority in his life. She is no longer in a position to tell him what to do, to make suggestions to him.
Using this argument against the power of Mary's intercession is bizarre if you bother to read the next few verses where Jesus grants his mother's request. I mean, according to this reading, Jesus is telling Mary she's nothing special, she can't even make suggestions, and then he capitulates and does what she suggests. Bizarre, because these guys are giving Mary an authority that even Catholics don't think that she has, the authority to override a divine veto. Okay, so the reality of what's happening here is actually much more interesting. John's gospel begins the same way as Genesis. In the beginning. Bereshit, in the beginning, is the Hebrew name for the book. And just like Genesis, John's gospel then proceeds to tell the story of 6 days. The wedding feast of Cana is day 6 of the new Genesis in John's gospel. And just as on day 6 of the first Genesis, Adam greets Eve by calling her woman, so Jesus now greets his mother by calling her woman. The early Christians understood this, by the way, describing Mary as the new Eve. That's because they actually read the Bible carefully, not just pulling half a verse out of context to prove an apologetic point. Well, similarly, why does Jesus refer to his hour when he responds to Mary? Because he's warning her that granting this request will be the first of his signs that manifest his glory. In other words, performing this miracle for Mary will launch Jesus' public ministry. It will lead him to his hour, that is, the moment in which he would depart out of this world to the Father through his self-sacrificial death on the cross. So the fact that Mary once again gives her yes, says, do whatever he tells you when these are the stakes, and that Jesus chooses this moment to launch his public ministry hardly suggests that Mary is just a random person to Jesus in the plan of salvation.